Good Friday morning, everybody, from the First Defense Doppler 3 Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Austin Onig, hanging out with you on Friday morning for the latest edition of News Channel 3 video weather blog Weather Overtime. Continuing to see, again, the possibility of some more scattered showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast. Unfortunately, doesn't spell good conditions for travel into the weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. If you're tuning in fairly early this morning, I want to let you know about this. We've got a large crash taking place on I-40 at mile marker 34. That's in Fayette County, Tennessee, and we're seeing again a lot of problems out across the area with some travel backups at this point in time. Two semi trucks, one which is sideways across all lanes of I-40. That's I-40 westbound, again in Fayette County. Two crashes. The good news at this time is that we have no injuries or casualties to talk about, so definitely good news on that. The other big story is, of course, the weather at this time, seeing again some very wet conditions across the Mid-South. The Mississippi River is still not seeing a huge amount of problems out of this, but other locations definitely are looking at some problems into parts of the area, looking at some very heavy amounts of rainfall draining on down into the area. The Coldwater River remains at moderate flood stage at 24.7 feet, and that is expected to drop into the next several hours and days, but it's going to take a while for all that water to drain on through. The Wolf River at Collierville also in the moderate flood stage at this time at about 14.48, likely to be dropping into the course of the next several hours. Up to the Loosahatchee area around Arlington, we see again the potential of some dropping river levels at this time into around the area close to, again, throughout the rest of the next couple of days. But still a lot of water in the channel. And over the last several hours, the level has held pretty steady on the Wolf River at Raleigh, seeing, again, a little bit of a more moderate area of flooding taking place here, very close to major flooding at 14.67 feet, just below major flooding at 15 feet or so. Now, the Wolf River at Germantown is still on the high side, once again, about 24.61 feet, and again, looking at moderate flood stage at about 25 feet, hopefully dropping relatively soon. The Nonconnah, which was decently high yesterday, has really kind of slacked off. All that water has made its way downstream and into the Mississippi River, and will continue that over the next several hours. 31.52 feet as of about 5:45 this morning. So again, a lot of water across much of the Mid-South area has come on down. The Mississippi River at Tunica has made its way into action stage territory at 38.6 feet. And flood stage expected to be about 41 feet or so. The Mississippi River at Memphis is remaining below flood stage and continuing after a slight rise to continue a slight fall over the next several days. So we should be seeing improved conditions there. If you'd like to know more information about this, all you have to do is go to the National Weather Service in Memphis and click on the Rivers and Lakes category, and that'll keep you, again, a little bit more informed as to what's going on into the Mid-South where it comes to anything involving rainfall across much of the area, draining into local channels at this time. The rainfall, and unfortunately we've got more of it coming our direction, and this is where we see, again, the potential of problems out across parts of the Mid-South where it comes to more rainfall heading up our direction. This view showing the Gulf of Mexico and a very large area of low pressure helping to escort all this moisture up across the Delta and up into the Mid-South area. We've got just a few sprinkles across the Mid-South this morning. We've got even more rainfall on the way as we go into midday and afterwards. And maybe some more problems beyond that. We'll talk about that coming up in just a second. Taking a look at today's highs back in the upper 50s to, well, let's see, that's the low temperatures for last night. High temperatures, a little bit cooler today, mid to upper 50s to lower 60s. And even a few lower 70s, but that rain out there is going to be doing a pretty good job of cooling things off across much of the area throughout the rest of the day today. Expecting some pretty decent amounts of rainfall later on and into around areas around Tupelo, the heaviest amount of rainfall expected there. Lows tonight back in the upper 50s to lower 60s across the Mid-South, with chances of rainfall in the 50 to 60% category, and chances of rain and scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area continuing across the Mid-South as we go into the rest of the evening hours. Off and on chances of showers and thunderstorms for Saturday, with temperatures again back into around the lower 70s across much of the area. Winds will continue out of the southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not too breezy out there. And expecting a pretty soggy Saturday coming up with enough rainfall out there to kind of soak things down, with nearly an inch of rainfall across the area expected once again by the time we finish up Saturday afternoon and evening. Low temperatures Saturday night back in the upper 50s to around the lower 60s, and chances of rainfall will continue across the area Saturday night, right on into Sunday, with high temperatures continuing very mild back in the lower to mid 70s, and chances of rainfall sticking across the area as we go into Sunday afternoon and evening. Not great chances, but still possible out there. And then chances of rainfall finally begin to start moving out of the mid-south as we get into very early Monday morning. And then by early afternoon, most of the chances of rain should be gone. Very mild temperatures coming our way, some 10 to 15 degrees above normal for this time of the year, back into the mid-70s as we head into Monday. And eventually should be seeing some clearing skies coming our way. Percentage of cloud cover out across the mid-south will be dropping, and finally getting to maybe some good stargazing weather by the time we hit Monday afternoon and evening, so good news there. We are watching for the potential of maybe some severe weather in the mid-south. We're going to be watching this with a lot of interest as we get into the rest of the next couple days. Primary threat at this time is going to be rainfall draining into the river basins, and that could cause some more flooding. But Sunday, we could be looking at the possibility, with that storm system passing on through, of some more severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center has already noted that, and seeing again that slight risk category for parts of the Mid-South, the Metro, Eastern Arkansas, and Northwestern Mississippi, looking at a slight risk category for the possibility of severe weather. So stay tuned to News Channel 3 for more information on that. More details on what's going on out there, drop on my Facebook page at facebook.com/AustinOnickWREG, on Twitter at @Aonick_WREG3. If you'd like to keep up to date with traffic and weather and science, Big Bang Theory, and all sorts of other things. Remember, daylight saving time happens this weekend, so make certain to get your clocks ready to go. Spring forward by an hour, and also make certain those batteries in your smoke detector and your weather radio are ready to go, just to be on the safe side. And again, watching that storm system as it gets a little bit closer to us, thinking the area in and around the Mid-South is going to be picking up some decent amounts of rainfall possibility. The conventional wisdom showing so right now. Plus.google.com. Find me on Google Plus at Austin Onik WREG Meteorologist if you'd like to find out more there about what's going on. We post a lot of stuff to that location, and also on my Tumblr page as well. Weather and all sorts of other sci-fi geeky stuff, photography, all kinds of inspirational type of activities out there, and all kinds of neat stuff. So if you'd like to know more about that, just stop by meteorologist.austinlonik.tumblr.com, and you can find out more about all that going on into the area. We'll be glad to keep you updated. Questions, concerns, comments, anything like that, send me an email at austin.onik@wreg.com. We'll have more forecast information for you coming up on social media throughout the rest of Friday. And don't forget to check in with News Channel 3 throughout the weekend, and I'll have your forecast throughout the entire weekend coming up on our broadcast on air and, of course, online as we go through the weekend on News Channel 3. Thanks for joining me for the latest edition of News Channel 3 Weather Overtime. More weather coming up on WREG on air and online throughout the rest of Friday and throughout the rest of the weekend. Stay tuned.